All right, guys, can you hear me?
I can.
Oh, I'm stepping out. Paul's stepping in. Pete, fire away when you are ready.
Okay. Paul, before getting into the game specifically, from what I understand, that there is a protocol that schools go through if they have COVID problems in terms of seeking a postponement or something, that there is at least some consistency in that. From your perspective as a coach, does this protocol treat everyone fairly? Is it workable, or are there things that you would like to see done differently?
No, I think it's been pretty fair. I obviously, the UC Davis game, we were missing quite a few people. But the protocol, we had enough people to play, so we played. So that's just something that they set rules. They were made, and so you go by them, and that's the rules that you live by. And it's kind of like how you get by in life. There's rules you got to live by, so you work your hardest, you go by the rules, and then that's what you live by.
Okay, so that's not causing you any particular heartburn then. It's just
it causes you heartburn, but it's a different world. It's a different year. I mean, no one can ever explain a pandemic. So you live by the rules that you have, and obviously you still worry about it when you got to line up and play with all freshmen in your own line, but that's just what you do. You go out there and play with them.
Okay. And do you have everybody back, or are you still going to be short for Saturday?
No, we'll still be short some guys. We'll have a lot more guys back than we did in the last game, but we'll still have some people missing.
Tell me a little bit about Southern Utah. I don't know much about them.
They really easily could be 3-0. They lost on the last play of the game against NAU, and basically the second to last play of the game against Idaho State. Both teams drove down and scored the last drive of the game to beat them. Otherwise, they'd be 3-0. So their quarterbacks played really well. Justin Miller, he's number 4. He's got 10 touchdowns, only one interception, 72% completions. He does a good job of taking what the defense gives him. He gets rid of the ball quick. I would say just overall, when you see them, they'll look big. They're big up front. They're big in the offensive line, big in the defensive line. And they're playing pretty well right now. So it's going to be a big challenge for us. We got to go out there and execute our plan and find a way to win.
How well do you match with them?
I think we match up pretty good with them. Yeah, I think, it's just kind of each week there's different things that you feel like are positives for you and different things you got to stop that the opponents do. And I think we match up pretty well. We just got to go out there and play 4 quarters, one play at a time, as hard as we can. And I think it'll be a close game, and we got to win it in the fourth quarter.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you.
Coach, you mentioned, having enough to play. Is there a roster limit of some kind for Big Sky? How many players have to travel with the team?
It's 53, I believe, 53 or 54, and you got to have a quarterback, and you got to have 7 O linemen and 4 D linemen.
Okay.
It's just period. It's just period people like during the fall you saw where it was scholarship guys. And some of the other, like when some of those Pac-12 games got canceled, but ours is just period. You just got to have guys on the team. It doesn't matter if they're scholarship or non-scholarship.
I know there's obviously a disadvantage to giving away any depth details, but can you tell us how complete you expect to be in terms of, does it look like everyone possible, or is it going to be not everyone like kind of in one group? You said some guys will be missing, will be more spread around, so it's not, kind of all on the O line, for example.
Yeah, we'll get a couple guys back up front in the O line, and I don't really want to go into the details of that, but we'll be missing a few players, a few good players, but we'll have more people. We won't be missing 9 starters like we did against UC Davis. We'll probably be missing more in the 3 to 4 range, not in the 9 range.
To what extent has the kind of the preparation for this upcoming game changed because of the delays? Any difficulties with kind of switching gears on preparation from NAU to Southern Utah, or is it pretty much close to a standard week at this point?
Yeah, at this point now it's pretty standard. It was just getting the guys last week. We really couldn't practice as a whole team yet because of COVID protocol, we could go out and work some guys out individually, drills, getting some guys back in shape. But now we're back ready. It's game week. We get to everything's different this year just by how you do things, but it's more basic game week this week. And we got our game plan, a lot of it done already. We'll do it throughout the week like we always do. And we'll be ready to go. We're ready to go out there and compete our tails off. Be great to play another game. That's the way our guys got to look at it. That's the way we got to look at it. Is every chance you get to play a game this year is a great opportunity, and we can't take that for granted. We got to go out there and really play hard. Even in the last game, we came up a little short, but there were some freshmen that played a whole bunch of football that maybe wouldn't have in any other circumstance. And that's great for the future of the Vandals. Those guys got all kinds of experience and played pretty darn well. So, it's just a 1 week at a time. Got to step up. Guys got to step up. We knew it was going to be a year like that. You just got to go out there and compete and get after it. If anything, we probably did too great of a job with COVID in the fall, and it just kind of hit us, but because we had gone, I don't know how many months with doing a great job and having nobody testing positive, and then it just kind of hit us. So we just got to keep moving forward, get after it, and get better every day.
I realize you're probably going to dodge this, but I'll ask it anyway. Are you going to have all your quarterbacks Saturday or not?
Yeah, I'm probably not going to answer that.
On Southern, yeah, about Southern Utah, I know Coach Warren. Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't he best known kind of as a defensive mind? And what are some unique challenges to what he draws up on that side?
Yeah, they do some different things defensively. They try to definitely make you attack them. They're going to sit on some routes. They're going to try to take things away a little bit unique, different way. So we got to really understand what we're doing, and we got to get some big plays. We got to attack them down the field at times, and then also just get in different formations where we think we have a best advantage by formations. But they do a good job up front. They're big up front. I think their linebackers run around well. Both their safeties fly around and make a lot of plays. And they're definitely they want to challenge. They want to challenge things. And so we got to do a good job not letting them hold us and grab us. We got to run through it and get their hands off of us and make sure that we don't let them hold us.
I'm wondering about your freshmen. How do you think being a freshman right now in this spring season is different? Like, how do these guys look different than freshmen in any other normal year? Are they kind of carrying themselves differently, more veteran at this point?
You still see freshman mistakes, but I think because at least they got some practice in the fall and then now again in the spring, and then they just know. I mean, it's there's no one else there. We go out to play that game. There was like 7 of them. So they knew they were going to play. They knew they're going to play the whole game and have to get after it. So you just got to grow up. It's kind of like, you're the next guy up, it's you. So it's time to grow up and go out there and compete. But I think the fall probably helps them a little bit, but yeah, they're still freshmen though. They still got to go out there, but in anything, the only way you get better at anything in life is to go out and do it, and learn and give it everything you got and learn from your mistakes and jump right back up and do it again and try to not make the same mistake twice in a row and give it all the effort you got. But that's definitely how it's kind of how life works too.
And last thing for me, just kind of in general, how have the practices looked since you come back? Is there even more of a hunger, I guess, after this pause to get back out there? And has anybody taken a big step that you'd like to highlight recently?
No, I think guys are excited. I think they'll really be excited even more so this week. I think last week was a little bit different because it was in different groups. It wasn't like they're all different little groups, but guys were still excited to be out there. I think we just continue to step up and improve, and guys keep getting better. A guy I think I'll always keep mentioning is Grayson. I think Grayson's done a really good job stepping in at center and competing his tail off, and I think he gets better each day.
Thanks a lot, Coach.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Coach, and thanks, guys.
Yeah, Paul.
Yeah.
One more thing. I was talking with Zach Kloss and John Newley earlier this week, and I was really struck by how much the basketball kids went through this year just to be able to play. You know, how much they had to reduce their activities, all the things that they went through, all the uncertainty. What is it the same way on the football side?
Yeah, I mean, guys, we've been doing it since September, and that's where sometimes I think maybe I don't know. I don't know the answer, but our guys were so good this whole year, and they were still good. It just, it's a pandemic, and it's a virus that spreads quickly, and then after those, I don't know what, after the first couple home games, it got into our team and it spread, and we hadn't had that many people that had it. Where I think some of the other programs have had a lot of guys that got it in the fall, so then there's not that many people left to get it. But no, the sacrifice that they have to give up, because really, you go to class or you have class online, you go to practice, you go home. That's about it. That's about all you get to do right now, and it's a different year. So you really got to give them all credit for all the sacrifice and everything they've given up and everything they've worked hard to put into it to make sure they get to play.
All right, guys, that's going to have to do it. So thank you, Paul, and thank you, guys. And we'll be in touch later.